you now.
Okay, so you were telling us that you visited the US in January.
Yes.
Uh, so many students were asking you about the program that you participated. So why did you go to the United States?
Well, as a lot of people know, I participated in an exchange program financed by the U.S. Embassy called Youth Ambassadors. And I was one of the 50 students of Brazil that were selected to make almost 4 weeks, an exchange of 4 weeks in the US. So that's why I traveled there in January.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what is necessary to be a youth ambassador to participate in this program?
Uh-huh. There is a lot of like, how can I say it? It was like
Requirements, right?
yes, that's the word, requirements. There's a lot of requirements, such as being from a public school, um, being engaged in a social work or being a volunteer from at least 6 months. You also have to be between the age of 15 and 18 years old. There is like some economic things as well. You cannot surpass some level of wealth. Um, and what else? Do you help me? You are a new ambassador as
You
well.
need you need to have good grades.
Yeah, you need to have good grades. You need to have the capacity of expressing yourself and understanding people in English as well.
Mm-hmm. And what about the volunteer part?
Um, well, like I said, it's a requirement, and it was something that I was doing for more than 6 months. I was participating in that time of two social projects. One was Learning with the Sea, and the other one was Waves of Good. And yeah, it was like just two projects that I really love to be part with, that I love to be part with them. And yeah, it was really interesting. Learning with the Sea, it's like a project about um environment and protecting the environment. um um yeah, I think
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
So to be a youth ambassador, you need to be a student between 15 and 18 years of age, from a public school. You need to have good English, good grades, and you need to work in a volunteer project,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, that's right. That's
Okay,
the main.
and what do you do in this program?
um Well, we did a lot of things, but the program was to for us to work with, especially social entrepreneurship. That's why we need to be volunteer in some kind of social entrepreneurship or some social impact um, initiative. And um, I lost myself now. I was looking for other things. What was the question, Leo?
So I was asking you about what happens in the program.
On the program, yes.
What do you do?
Yeah,
So you
we
travel to the United States, but what do you do there?
um in the final part of the program, we have to create a social project. So we have to develop something or think about something, having some ideas to implement a social project in our community. What else do we do? We do some volunteer in the U.S. as well. We visit some political places, some historical places to know more about the US culture and the US politics. So I would say that it's like a cultural exchange because you have the opportunity to live with a host family and having some classes in a high school, but it's also a political exchange because you can go to the U.S. department, which is like where the diplomats and a lot of high level personalities of the government actually work. And yeah, that's some things that we do in in the program.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what do people need to do if they want to know more about the program or they want to apply?
Well, they can ask us if they want to have something more personal, but just to understand a little bit more about the program, they can search for the website of the Youth Ambassador. It's called Jovem Embaixadores. So you can search for it and you probably will find the website. There is like the whole process. They are explaining everything with more certainty than us right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and just to conclude our interview, do you have suggestions for students who want to improve their English? Um, they are starting because my students they are level one. So
Uh-huh.
do I tell them like what should they do to improve their English?
I think in the beginning it's always hard because we are learning basic stuff. Sometimes we don't have the knowledge to say what we want to say in our daily routine. But an advice that I would give is don't give up because it's worthy. It's very worthy. It opens you the world to connect with other people, and it's just something about time, you know. If you really dedicate yourself to learning more about languages, no matter what kind of language do you want to speak, but if you be determined, if you be focused, you can you can get good results in the end, and it's very worthy. It's very rewarding.
Okay. So Gabriel, I would like to thank you very much for participating. Students will profit a lot from this. They will learn a lot by listening to your talk. Some of them will be watching this later on, not they're not here with us, but thank you very much. Yes. And thank you. And I hope we all stay at home safe. Yes. And yes, and you guys can use this page, Humans of Ivskiven, to practice English now at home. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
there.
many stories there and so on. So,
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that we can learn English, and English is a worldwide language, so there is a lot of things to learn for. And I'm just very grateful to be here. It's a pleasure always, and thank you for inviting me, for giving this space of talking a little bit about my history, about my personal life, about my future goals and my achievements in life. So thank you for the space and the opportunity of telling my story for other people as well.
okay, just don't forget to save it. Okay.
Yeah. I will save it. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye bye.